might need my glasses. I've been getting a lot of emails asking how to get started and not spend a lot of money. Hydroponics tends to get a little expensive. If you're familiar with it, you know there's all kinds of things that go into with pumps and aerators, pH meters, net cups, rock wool. I mean, by the time you really get into it, you can spend thousands of dollars. Another easy way to get started is just your containers. You know, that's for my almond breeze, my almond milk. If you just want to give this a try, you can use a little jug. I know everybody has something like that. This one here is it's a hummingbird. This one here had unsweetened tea in it. Or if you buy sweet tea, whatever, that's a tea jug. There's another one that's up there, or back here in the corner that had orange juice. Just any container you get, and you can cut a little hole. If you cut a 2-inch hole, this 3-ounce cup fits right in it. So basically, these are net cups. Hydroponic users use those. They're plastic, they have slots. You see them in my other videos where we're switching it out. The roots grow all in here, and if you want to reuse that, you have to pull those off. Sometimes you have to cut it, pull out your plant, and sometimes the roots are strong enough that they'll actually come in here and break this little cup, and then you end up having to throw it away anyway. So you're spending 25 cents to $1 on each one of these, depends on how many you buy, and so that adds to the plant cost of each plant. And these Dixie cups, this was at the dollar store. I got 50 of them for $1. That's 2 cents for that cup. So basically you're talking about 2 cents in a free jug, you know, a little nutrient solution in your growing plants.
Let me go make me a smoothie. I'm going to get me some baby kale.
Okay, go ahead. Stevia, you want to show them? You're probably going to make my focus go in and out, but... we'll get some fertilizer. So,
it rooted in the water.
Huh?
It rooted in the water.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going to stick it in the ground now.
Alright.
Look at the roots.
Yeah, I can see it. Keely, I'm trying to film. We used to use these cups. Next thing, you know, is pool noodle. We found that those were just about the same size as a net cup. We found that if you took, just cut a little section out. And now that fits right inside that little cup. So you might have to play with these things a little bit. But there's a little hole. If you're getting a small plant transplant, you can get a piece of cotton in there, or just take another little piece of, you know, this piece that you just cut out. Just put it in there, and, you know, and then your plant will go in there, just like that. So what we're doing now, since this is spongy, and we're buying cups, so, you know, why do that? You know, that's a gallon container, or three quarts. But see, that's cut. We just took our microgreens. You've seen us growing our microgreens, and throw a microgreen in there, and make it just a little bit bigger than that hole, and then squeeze it in there. You know those things are flexible. And you're there. Now you don't even need this cup anymore. So I'm experimenting with that. I've got some downspouts set up without the cups. I'll show you a close-up of that later. But I'm going to experiment with this. That's a free container. That's 2 cents for that. So if you can get yourself some nutrient solution, so next to nothing, you can have some plants growing out on your porch. And that's food. You know, that's food for your family and that. So, you know, if you want to do it as a hobby and you've got money to spend, Go buy these things, buy the rock wool, buy the pumps, buy the pH meters, buy everything, you know, but if you just want to grow some food to eat, leafy greens are the way to go. But if you're just starting out, what I would suggest is do something basically free. If you can get your nutrient formula, spend a little money, go get a pool noodle now. It's summertime. Wintertime they're not going to have it. Go spend, you know, $3, $4, $5. Get you a couple of these and throw them in your closet, throw them under your bed or something. Just have them there so that when it turns fall and you want to grow some plants and you're going, all the pool noodles are gone. So go buy a couple of those, stick them under your bed. And start saving your containers. You know, when you finish your soy milk and when you finish your almond breeze, you know, don't take it to the recycling center. Rinse it out, put it to the side. I've been putting these to the side, and every 3 or 4 days when I get another container, I rinse it out and come out here, grab a microgreen. Here's some microgreens we've been growing. You see we've been cutting off here and eating it, and actually been pulling these guys out, what we don't eat. And these are the guys that go to here. So this is how easy it is. Microgreens, eat them. Go into that little pool noodle. If you want to put it in a cup and into a container, it's that easy. It's really that easy. And no dirt. Not dirty. It's very clean. Or if you don't want to use the cup, and you just want to put it straight in the container like that, that's so easy. That's the easiest way to get started. So try to find some of the nutrients. If not, email me. I'll help you find them. Start saving your containers. Go get a pool noodle, and you're going to be in business. You're going to be growing stuff. And after you get the hang of that, and you grow a couple of plants, you can have some failures. You know, not everything's going to be 100% just work right. We're in different environments. We have the sunlight. I can't take all of these and throw them right out in the sun because it's Florida and it's 95 degrees. The heat index is 100 degrees, and we have sunlight for, you know, a good 12, 14 hours a day. So these guys, I have them here in the morning where they get a little bit of sunlight, a couple of hours of direct sunlight in the morning, and then they're in the shade the rest of the day. And it's just partial shade. The light still comes in here. They get a little bit of light, but they're not in the direct sunlight. So your situation might be a little different. You're going to have to work with it. So get you some free stuff. Start saving that kind of stuff. And what do you call it? Experiment with everything. Sure. Cool. Thank you. It's my juice. It's made with kale, bib lettuce, sweet potato leaves, amaranth, peppermint, a couple of strawberries from out back, and stevia. But it's basically my garden on my porch with a little ice, and we drink that every morning. Thank you. I have a green mustache. But that's one thing, if you can put some of these containers around on your porch and you can grow different things, you can have a variety of greens. If I said I want to make a smoothie tomorrow, I want to make a juice or a smoothie tomorrow, and I want kale in it, and I want amaranth, which you can't even go to the store and find amaranth around here. You know, if I say I want sweet potato leaves, this is another thing you can't get. So one thing is you can grow things that you can't get at a store, or if you do get it at a specialty market, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. So you can grow things that aren't even available at the store. that are healthy for you. They're just not popular, so the stores aren't going to stock it, so you have to grow it yourself. But if you, not counting the sweet potato leaves and the amaranth, if you just say, I want to go get kale and bib lettuce and beet leaves and bok choy and some mint and stevia, which is another one you're not going to find at the store. You know, if you go and buy all those different things and you're spending like $20 or $30, you know, to make a juice, when if you're growing all of this and it's all sitting out here in abundance, you know, just waiting to be picked. You know, you walk out in the morning like my wife just did with the little bowl and walks around, and you're not taking a whole plant. You just come over and you take a couple of leaves, you know, a couple of pieces of kale over here, or a couple of little small collard leaves, your chard. And when you get these and you grow them, this is called a baby green stage. When they grow full grown, and it's a mature one is the one you always see in the store, but when they're baby greens, they're nice and tender and they're not real bitter. They still have all the nutrition, and you can put them into your juice. You're not going to get a real bitter flavor like if you wait for your collard to get full grown and you buy it at the store, or you buy your kale. Now they're selling baby kale, but it's kind of expensive too. But if you wait for the leaf to get mature, it gets really bitter, and then people are making a juice and they're going, ugh, you know, it tastes like broccoli, or it tastes like, you know, that's because this isn't profitable for a store to be selling their product to try and grow something like this. For a grower to grow it and cut it, it's not profitable for them. So you're going to have to do it yourself, but it is well worth it. You can grow it fast. You don't have to wait 45 days. You don't have to wait, you know, 2 or 3 months to get a huge plant and chop it all up and grind it down. Grow a lot of small plants, cut them at the baby green stage, and use them in your juice. There's no bitter taste at all, and there's no sugar. The stevia plant is another thing. We'll do a whole nother little video on that. If you see a stevia plant somewhere and you're just like, oh, I saw stevia in the store, it's an artificial sweetener, and it's actually a natural sweetener. But if you see that, grab that plant. You're going to be so lucky. It's 200 or 250 times sweeter than sugar from a sugar cane. And all you need, my wife just came out here, and when she picked the stuff, she just picked the little top off of one of them with 3 or 4 leaves and put that into the juice, into the smoothie, and that's enough to sweeten it. And you don't add any sugar, so this is like a 0 calorie, you know, a couple of leaves from this thing is so sweet. And if you put too much, it's going to taste like you're drinking sugar, so you have to be careful with it. So this plant's really easy to grow. I'll show you in another video. I've got a plant that I've had for 3 years, and it actually went to seed, and some seeds fell off and just grew another plant. I have 2 more plants. If you see something in stevia, don't wonder, oh, you know, what it is or how to, just grab it, because it's not everywhere, and it's really hard to seed and actually grow one. So if you see a plant somewhere, get it. You're going to be happy you did. Just start saving your little containers. Practice some of the things, like some of the lettuces. It's better if you wait till it gets a little cooler, but during the warmer months, this pak choy just grows really easy, and that's what people are like, why are you growing so much pak choy? And it's because I use it a lot of different ways. I put it in a salad, I put it in soup, I cut it even when it's small like this and toss it in my soup. We put it in our juices. When they get bigger, we harvest them, and anytime I want to stir fry, instead of buying a whole bag of it, when I want some for dinner, I come out here and cut a handful of it in my frying pan, a little garlic, oil, toss that in, and in literally 20 seconds, you know, it's wilted down, and I put that on my plate, and it's awesome. So you've got your little side dish that you can make in less than 30 seconds. And if you have a bunch of it growing out here, you can keep cutting the leaves and it'll keep growing. And then when your plant gets big enough, you just take them and change them out, grab your microgreens, go through and You know, come through and pick you another couple of little plants. Grab your phone, put it in another container, and you're rocking and rolling. You're still going. You gonna help me? You gonna help me? You gonna help me today? You know, so I'm not knocking traditional gardening. If you like doing that and you like getting your hands dirty, go for it. If you live in an apartment, you're up on the 4th floor and you don't want to haul potting soil up and down in containers, and then every year you have to mend the soil and you have to pull your plants out and get all the roots out and fertilize it, and you know, if you don't want to go through all that, when this is done, you know, you just pour out the nutrient solution that's left, rinse out your container. Sometimes you got to scrub it a little bit, fill it back up with nutrient solution, and do up your little plant. If you have your microgreens growing all the time, do up your little plant, and you're back in business. No dirt, nice and clean. And grow your microgreens. Get these cheap containers and have you several going at a time at different stages. So I've got that one. Got that one. Got that one. Let's see. Have them going at different stages. These are all different weeks. You know, these all started at different times. You know, if I come out and I have some extra time, this one will get harvested today. Cut it down. We'll eat the rest. If I have any empty holes anywhere, I'll plant some more of these little microgreens. Take him out, and then I'll plant him again. And then by the time this one starts growing and gets to this stage, I'll have another one coming behind of it. So get you a couple of containers and just keep it going. And then that way, if you come out and the bugs eat your plant, or the wind blows hard, you know, we'll have thunderstorms come through sometimes, and it'll blow so hard it'll actually push these guys over and snap them. You won't worry, because you're going to have another plant ready to go in its place. So either you're going to be eating the microgreens, or you're going to be putting them back in here to grow to maturity. So get you a couple of these containers. These were $1 at the dollar store. Check out the other videos on how to do that, and get you some seeds and just keep your microgreens growing, because these are good for you to be eating. And then you take those when they get too big and put them out and grow them into mature plants. So, get another sip of this. It's good stuff. Right, my green mustache. And that's all set. Now you got a free container, 2 cents for that, and your microgreens and your little fertilizer. So I thought the rain was over. We're gonna stop for a minute, but see what I go through for you. How many of you guys are gonna sit in the rain and try to teach you how to grow something? Got just an abundance of stuff just growing all over the place here, so y'all get out there and grow something. And I'm gonna get out of the rain.